Welcome back to a screen you cannot see anything. There I am. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. So, patch 7.1 dropped. Shift the microphone slightly. Which means more story. It means the new raid, the 24-man raid. I do not believe Hildebrand is coming in a sort of secondary patch, sort of 7.11, which will be like in a week or two. So I will obviously be streaming Hildebrand, because, I'm not gonna lie, Hildebrand's one of my favorite things about 14. Just utter insanity and silliness. So that's coming. I feel so bad for the people of Tyrell having to... After everything they've been through, they don't need to have all of reality just shatter around them as weird slapstickness just starts happening. These poor people. I mean, even the first ended up having to deal with Hildebrand's bullshit. So anyway, as much as I want to start doing story right away, I kind of want to do the raid. I don't know where the raid is. I don't know where that starts, is the problem. I don't know if that's part of just going through the story mode. Also, I guess I don't know if I ever showed this off, because I think this was after I'd finished streaming the MSQ. This is one of the new house designs that you can get now for large houses. It's got like a back porch. It's got all these like little balconies. It basically has a like full-blown jumping puzzle, which I can show off here. You have to like maneuver around these things to get up here, where there's a little seating area. It's adorable. But yeah, this is really cool design. I don't think they've had the new interiors added yet. Or they may have added some, but I know they're going to be doing a lot more with that. So this is more just the preliminary stuff. But we'll take a look. You know what? I'm just going to search real quick. Granted, this just dropped, so I don't know exactly where we start the raid thing. 7.1 14 raid. Start. The first walk raid lines can be unlocked after completing... Yep, okay. How to unlock. Perfect. As part of... so he's just in Tulialal. 1316. Getcha! Let us head over. Let's dive in, shall we? I'll probably do this as monk. Because the thing is, with most raids, dungeons, most of that kind of instanced content, healers and tanks get in way faster. Because, you know, you have one tank, 2 healers, and 5 DPS per party. Or rather, in normal parties, it's, you know, you have the 2 tanks, the 2 healers, the rest is all DPS. So you need, or in a regular party, 1 tank, 1 heal, 2 DPS. So it's a, you know, there's fewer spots for tanks, so you need a lot of them. This is not who I want. You are... Oh, okay, this is just a straight up new quest line. Okay. So we're looking for 1311. So in this general direction. Yeah. Actually, make this a whole lot easier. You are another worldly encounter. I'm pretty sure that's the one, since that's exactly what we're doing. We're going to the world of Final Fantasy XI. But with Alliance raids, you only have 1 tank, 2 healers, and the rest is all DPS. So you actually end up needing a lot of DPS to fill all those spots. So, for example, oh wow, high-level dungeons, they need DPS right now. A lot of time you'll see either tank or healer as on the right-hand side there. The symbols, the green is healer, red is DPS, yellow, blue is tank. A lot of times, everything is either blue or green, with only Alliance Raid needing DPS. It's not that surprising when that happens. Going to Juno. Oh, this takes me back. Okay. The Hubigo Messenger is looking for a very well-traveled adventurer. Say, aren't you Kilrath? That certainly saves me a lot of trouble. I was going to ask to find you on behalf of Mililja. Curious happenings are abound in Mamuk of late, and we thought one of your worldly experience may be able to help us make sense of things. If you have the time and inclination to aid us, she awaits you in Mamuk. You'll find her west of the plaza, in a large building near the two-headed statue. You know, that whole eugenics thing we were doing. Yeah, we don't talk about that much anymore. Mamuk, where are you? You are... Yaktel. Oh, actually, I can show off one of the things I got one day before the patch happened. I was putting off the PvP stuff. Oh, actually, there's new PvP stuff. I was putting it off quite a bit. Not minion, mount. There it is. The PvP level 25 mount. The Oppressor from the Alexander raids. I was putting it off thinking, I got plenty of time. Then I realized, oh, the patch is coming. I need to do a lot of PvP all of a sudden. And I got it with 1 day to spare. Alright, let's see what the series has this time. We have... Awaiting orders. An illustrator. So we learned the Attend emote. I have no idea what that emote could be. You still learn the Attend emote. Optimal stance in awaiting further... Like, is it like a... Well, no, because they already have like a add attention stance. Seal Rock Framers Kit and Red Sands Framers Kit. Oh, this could be neat. Adamant Weapon. Holy shit, a Diamond Weapon minion. That's cool. And for 25, we get... Oh, I've seen this. This is that thing that people are basically using as evidence that we really shouldn't be class restricting glamours anymore. Because Yoshi P has said it would just be weird to see a black mage running around in, like, plate armor. It's like, it would kind of break a little bit of the immersion. The PvP set is like street clothes. It's like a jacket and a t-shirt and a backwards baseball hat. So people are like, okay, hold up. Everyone can wear this if they earn it in PvP. Where's the immersion there? Can we stop pretending there's any immersion left? Like, immersion is if you choose to engage with the immersion at this point. And I do kind of agree with that. Although, and also, there are plenty of sets that, like the PvP set from like 2 seasons ago was plate armor, and everyone could wear that, so you could have a black mage wearing that. And there are a lot of sets that, some of the older sets from like Realm Reborn and like Heavensward have become sets that usually it's like a crafted set, or it's something where it has the same name, but it'll have, like, antiquated this, or, you know, something like that, where it doesn't really have any stats attached to it, but it's just that classic set for everybody, and anyone can wear it. So it's like, they've already done this, where they've had sets, and you can decide to wear any class's version of that set. But, I mean, I would not be against them, just saying, yeah, screw it. Just, if you can glamour anything into anything. Milalja. That is a big-ass sword. But, then again, Gulul Jaja and Bakul Jaja are very large people. Thank you for coming. Truth be told, I was unsure if I was right to call on you. But the troubles we now face cannot be overcome by our strength alone. If you're dealing with extraplanar bullshit, then yeah, you kinda need the warrior light. It all began when we found a fallen traveler in Skydeep's sea note. For mercy, his wounds were not life-threatening. His kind is not common sight in these lands, tall and slender of build with pointed ears. He has yet to awake, but speaks in his sleep of strange things that make little sense to us. It was our hope that you might recognize something in his ramblings, or perhaps even jog his memory once he regains consciousness. Might be willing to speak with him. He's saying weird shit, like dying and actually losing experience and de-leveling. That seems like a really bullshit system. Who would ever implement something like that? And about having to, like, travel on ship in real time to other continents and possibly getting into a fight you can't win while traveling, and then having to start over? That seems bullshit. What game would do that? Melange, our traveler stirs. Very good. If you would be so kind as to bring him here. Oh, one other thing he kept talking about having to macro. He kept using the word macro, like you had to do that for everything, or else it's basically unplayable. And how you had to coordinate doing certain moves at certain times with your party members if you want to beat anything. And he kept saying how it's impossible to solo anything. I don't know what that means. We are glad to see you awake and in good health. Besides, may I ask your name, traveler? My name? I'm sorry, I can't remember. It would seem the fall has affected his memory. In any case, his presence is a complete mystery to us. His armor is the only hint as to whence he came. Does anything about him strike you as out of the ordinary? Hmm. Excuse me. Ah. Oh, wait. What were the elves called in... Elvon, yes. I remember, I'm an Elvon adventurer. It was Elvon, Taru, Galka, Hume, and Mithra. And your Mamulja, could it be have come to Mamuk? Wait, if I'm Mamuk, then I must have been taken prisoner. To so readily believe us enemies, perhaps he comes from a land unfamiliar with our customs, across the salt. Yeah. Yeah, different place. Yeah. I'm not so sure. More like Vana'diel, but, you know, I wouldn't know that. We have no way to know for certain, in which case... Milalja, we must gather our strongest fighters at once. Why? What's happened? Galulja's shade has returned. It's been sighted near Gokdrak Descent. Kuljaja has engaged the apparition, but I fear the worst. Wait, you still have that thing? Why didn't you get rid of that thing once you didn't need it anymore? The vow of Resolve's companion, from the feet of Brotherhood. I suspect you would understand the graveness of the situation better than most. In recent days, the late Dawn Servant's shade has been seen wandering... Oh, this is a ghost. Been seen wandering the woods of Yaktel. I have reason to believe it was invoked in the manner like the one used in the feat. Only a privileged few of the Bunoa should be privy to the knowledge required to perform the rite. The culprit will be found in time, but we have a more pressing matter at hand now. Why did we ever make a ghost of our most powerful leader ever? Maybe we shouldn't have done that in case we actually lost control of it. Seems kind of dumb now that I'm thinking about it. I must hurry and inform the Landsguard. Bakul Jaja requires reinforcements. Alright, he turned into a burrow by the end. Let's call him out. The Dawn Servant's shade. I fear he may not hold out until the guard assembles. Godkiller here. I can handle it. I'm loath to ask such a favor, but would you aid Bakul Jaja in this battle? Of course I will. Ghoul Jaja was a fucking badass. I love fighting him. I am in your debt. Grokjar descent is west of here. Please, go and help my son. Give me back my son! I'll wait here. I'm not getting de-leveled. Oh, I'm remembering something. Quests that didn't even have a marker over the person. You just had to kind of wander the city and talk to every single person and see if anyone asked you to do something. Oh, how could anyone be so cruel? Galul Jaja. I honestly... Well, I remember, like, a lot of the races in this. Like, these dudes. I mean, they do the same, very similar designs. The Mandragora designs, for example, are straight from 11. And I'm pretty sure the Kate Sith is just, like, a ripped model from 11, if I'm being honest. Kind of similar to, any of the, like, 12 characters that came back. Bagammon and his crew. Like, those are all just straight up, like, just the 12 model that they just kind of upscaled a little bit. Which kind of goes to show how, like, 12 was a good-looking game. Like, it doesn't take much to make those models still look pretty darn good. Okay, time for our first roulette of 7.1. Okay, it's dog. Oh, that's right, I have flying everywhere. We can simplify this whole exercise. I mean, the broest of bros is Bwagi. Let's face it. He will forever be our bud. Just riding in on a motorcycle, shooting up everybody. How far is this? Is there a closer teleport? Not really. Alright. Yeah, since I finished the story, I've gotten flying everywhere. Done pretty much enough fates to get all the riding maps and everything, so. And enough PvP to... I still do not have all of the roles leveled to the point where I can do the role quests. And apparently there's going to be more role quests as part of this. I don't think they're here now. I think it's another thing. It's going to be like 7.1, 7.2, something like that. I don't remember... I honestly don't remember if that was the way Endwalker did it, where they added more role quests after the .0. But that's cool. Because my assumption would have been that you can get all the way to the 100 role quest initially. But I haven't done them yet, so we shall see. Unless what they're adding is the one where... Because usually if you do all of the role quests, there's another special role quest. Which I don't think was really necessary in Endwalker, but Shadowbringers, it was kind of really important to the story. Don't worry, buddy, I'm coming. Pathetic. You dare call yourself blessed siblings? Not bad. You might actually prove a challenge. I don't think the Groose music is appropriate anymore. That Bakul Jaja is kind of... He's kind of like dropped the act at this point. If you've come to help, best stay on your guard. He's not alone. What? Prish, what the fuck are you doing here? How do you type with boxing gloves on? What's this, another monster in need of slaying? Don't worry, I'll send them packing. How did you summon the ghost of a former ruler? Here I go. Oh, if you want a punching match... Oh, wait. You have giant spiked gloves. Oh, no, you don't. I can't explain why, but something told me I had to be here. Not bad. Not bad at all. It'll take more than a couple of tourists to stop me. Taurus, are you daft, girl? You can speak. Shame you don't seem to have any manners. The name's Prish. You do well to remember it. And for some reason, even though I have giant spiked gloves, I'm gonna kick you. But okay. He's remembering. Prish? Yeah, that sucks, doesn't it? Whenever I get the echo, that can happen sometimes. Looks like I win. Oh, she's seeing everyone as one of them demons. Oh, so she's just on drugs. Okay. Yeah, that fits. One Taurus down, one to go. Hope you're ready. So... Or, yeah, is it actually a shade of him, or is it one of the villains from 11 who's pretending to be him and, like, stringing her along? Whatever you say, Ulmia. Okay, yeah, no, she ain't seeing him as who he is. But why show himself to us as that? Ulmia? What is she talking about? It's been a minute since I played 11. I don't remember what Ulmia is. Prish, wait, please don't go! I know I've already seen, like, pictures of Shadow Lord as one of the raid bosses, so... I don't know. I think there's a theory that maybe, like, each of the 3 raids will be a different, like, set of expansions. Like, the first one may be... Like, the first one, then we might get into, like, Rise of Zilart, Chains of Promethea, Wings of the Goddess, all that stuff. I mean, Treasures of Ard Argun, the boss was Alexander, so that ain't gonna work. We've already dealt with him. I'm guessing word of the Dawn Servant's shade has brought you here. I don't know what that girl has to do with all this, but clearly she's aligned with whoever summoned them. The way remains open, though there's no way to telling where it leads. Even so, they can't be allowed to return. We've a duty to protect this forest, and I'll not see it torn apart by some two-headed imposter. Let's hurry after them, brother. Watch over that one, won't you? Alright. Oh, wait, you just jumping in? Oh, I guess... Okay. Prish, what's happened to you? I mean, I am Warrior Light. Usually, the Warrior Light's MO would be like, I'm jumping in. I don't even care what's in there. Let me check the volume on this a little bit. There we go. That's a little better. Colocate, that's fine. There we go, much better. Oh wait, no, we're not going in there yet. See, like, the instinct is just, I'm going in! No. Not yet. Not yet. I guess this guy will tell us what the hell's going on first. The 11 music is gonna bring me right back. It's gonna be just a nostalgia flashbang. Everything's still hazy, but I recall fighting alongside that girl. We were comrades in arms, I think. Something was clearly wrong with her. She's not only mistook me for a monster, but she called her two-headed companion Ulmia. The Ulmia I know is an Elvan woman, a far cry from the reptilian fiend we encountered. Yeah, that dude was cool. Don't call him a fiend. Something dark has taken a hold of her, clouded her mind. I have to go and... My shoulder pad. It hurts. You're not going anywhere with those wounds. But she needs me. Nah, I can punch her. Trust me, I've done this before. If I punch things enough, they usually stop being a problem. You would go in my stead? I know not how to thank you. Oh no, just fighting shit is like, that's all I need. ... So, one of us gonna talk, or... Okay, there you go. I recognize that look. The eyes of a man who's seen more than their I could speak. Their fair share of battle. Despite what Prish has done, she was a dear friend to me. I'm fairly certain. I mean, you got anything more than I'm fairly certain? Have a care, friend. Have care, friend. There's no telling what lies beyond that portal. Well, I guess we don't need the key to get to 11. We can oh wow, we're just going right in. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna do, because my thought was, oh, well, this makes perfect sense. Wait, what was that? Ah, it doesn't matter. My first thought was, oh, well, clearly... Juno, the first walk. Ah! Going to Juno. The Grand Duchy. Now, one thing I probably will not be doing, at least right now, is doing the Savage 24-mans. Savage Cloud of Darkness, where it requires 6 tanks. I can't imagine the tank swapping that's, like, gonna be there if it requires 6. So... Now, it may take a little bit to get in here, but we'll see. Now, granted, everyone's doing it, so... It may not be that bad. Thank you for the baton pass. Past me. This is future me. So initially I had done that stream, and the recording of the raid itself was just a slideshow for some reason. It wasn't that way when I was playing it. When I was playing it, it was perfectly fine. For whatever reason, XSplit had difficulty capturing the actual footage. Don't know what that was about. So what we're doing is going back in, gonna re-record this after the fact. There I can splice it in. Unfortunately, you won't get my initial emotional reactions to seeing all this cool FF11 stuff. But I'll probably make most of the same points. This is so cool. So like I probably said when I first played it, you know, this raid brings a lot of nostalgia back. And I could talk a lot about all the weird stuff in 11. How it was, like, impenetrable to play. I mean, it made sense to us at the time. That's all we had. And I will always make reference to the fact that WoW didn't exist yet. When you're talking about, like, what games FF11 was basically competing against, it was competing against EverQuest and games that, like of that era. WoW didn't come out until a year after 11. So it didn't have, like... WoW really changed the game as far as, like, how an MMO plays, and how it can be much more active and exciting in combat. A lot of MMOs before that were just riding what RPGs had already been doing, which was Not turn-based necessarily, but basically turn-based. That's kind of what 11 kind of was. So first boss, we're going right after Prish. This is kind of tricky, but it has basically only one real... Only one real trick to it, really. Which I will explain in a moment. So she's gonna do a move, and you notice there's multiple different... She's charged up once, charged up twice... So two. So we have to stand behind the second line, and then as soon as she does the move, walk in, because it's going to explode the rest. So basically, this raid has a lot of things where it's less predictive and more reactive. So that's 1, 2, 3. So we have to be here. But, so yeah, 11 had a lot of issues, combat-wise, but at the time, that's what an MMO was. But looking back, like, there's no way I could go back to that. You basically had to make macros for everything, because otherwise, in the middle of combat, you would be selecting moves from a, like, drop-down list. Like in a classic Final Fantasy game. Select spell, and then you have a drop-down list of all the spells you can do. That's basically how the game worked. And you would need to coordinate with a party to do moves in the right order so you could get bonuses, bonus damage at the end of the combo, and it was just such a mess. It's a 1 charge, 2 charge, 3. Okay, so I'm going to land wherever the third line is. So you can see how kind of the strategy of the fight is. You just gotta watch for her tells, basically. Oh, we lost someone. Alright, so we're going out and in. Not a problem. One charge, 2 charge, just 2. Okay, so I'm good. And I'm sure I also talk about this. I can't quite remember. It has been a little bit since I originally streamed it. One little heal. There we go. Crafting in 11 was a nightmare of... Got all my materials, got all the crystals I need, got all this cool stuff. Alright, so what do I do next? Well, okay, make sure you're standing in the right place on the right time, at the right time, on the right day, looking in the right direction. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we gotta go all the way out. Interesting. Okay, yeah, out of the way. And even then, let's say you do all those things. It's the right day, it's the right time, you're in the right place, you're looking in the right direction. You still may not succeed. It still may just be like, no, it's not going to work. You don't get anything good, good quality. Oh, this could be a problem. Oh, this could be a big problem. Yep, this is gonna be a big problem. I'm gonna have to... Is it 2? I think it might be 2. It's 2. Okay, good. Not so bad. Not so bad. Okay. Hit a little harder than last time. Everything in this raid, you know, fittingly, does hit pretty freaking hard. 1, 2, 2. There we go. Not so bad. What do I actually need? I need pants. Pants. Don't need boots. Don't need headpiece. I need pants is what I need. Yeah, so unfortunately doing this post means I will also not be freaking out about the mechanics and trying to figure out what in God's name these mechanics are. It was mainly just me geeking out over the references and the pulls for the bosses. And the music, obviously. There we go. Jesus Christ. Because I did play quite a bit of 11. My main class was Dark Knight with the subclass Thief. Or it was a Thief or Rogue? I can't remember what it was called exactly. It was the Thief class. Because you could basically combine things like Sneak Attack and Trick Attack with your Dark Knight strikes. That was when Dark Knight's basically their best weapon was a scythe. Because you could use any weapon you wanted in 11, but you could only like level your skill in a certain weapon a certain amount based on your class. So like Dark Knight's got great swords and scythes and things. They could be, you know, they'd have like a letter rank of how much, like how good can you actually get with this weapon. And for Dark Knight, Scythes was the best. So basically that became... Nope. So you think tail sweep, right? That's easy. I can do a tail sweep. No. That's the tail sweep. Wait, think about that, motherfucker. And this is going to be a bubble. Wait, no, offensive posture. Wrong one. Thought it was fire breath. Fire breath is what we're looking for. Yep, okay, so now it's bubble. Again, it freaks you out because you think, I know what a tail whip is, it's a cone behind it. No, it's a cone in front of it is the only safe spot. So it's a little different. And in this case, whatever direction he starts the fire in, that will basically dissipate first so you can get out of the way of this. And tail again, so we go in front. But Samurai was another fun class to subclass, like have as your subclass. Because I was talking about how... Yeah, we'll do that. How you had to basically combo with other players to get really big weapon skills off. Well, Samurai, because basically you would gather kind of like your own personal limit break, and that's why you did moves. You would just auto-attack otherwise. You could cast spells if you had MP. But for the most part, your moves were based on your own personal, like, limit break kind of thing. Okay, this part. So we going out or we going in? We're going out. Okay. This is just a survive. Basically. That's our only gut job here, is just survive. Right now, we're not trying to deal damage. So you had your own personal little limit thing that went from 1 to 3 bars. When you used any of your special, like, weapon skills, you used all of your bars. They all went away. So you couldn't do, like, a weapon skill and then a weapon skill right after. You had to wait till you built another one. So you were basically building up. Ah, shit. You're basically building up, and then all of you in the party would do your big move all at once, kind of, or, you know, obviously in time with each other. With a Samurai, you were able to use only 100. So it would go up, you know, from 1 to 300. You basically only used 1 bar per move. So you would actually be able to do a weapon skill, and then a weapon skill, and then a weapon skill. So it became a very, like, Samurai was a very popular class to solo with because of that, because you could basically put together these combos yourself. No, we're good here. So Fafnir, by the way, I completely forgot to mention, another awesome choice from 11. It was fun to see all the other former 11 players geeking out over every boss we came upon. It was fun. Let me tell you, the fights between these characters, way more fun in this than they were in 11. Nope. Fire. Okay, so he was started over here, so it's going to start over here. Unless he does a tail. No, he's going for that. Of course he is. I have had it once where he did the fire, but then did a tail whip instead. So not like we didn't actually have to leave the circle. It's actually quite nice of him, if I'm being honest. Okay, so what are we doing? Are we going out or are we staying in? Okay, we're staying in. And again, we're just trying to live. Not doing anything too crazy. Just going to avoid things. Going to wait till we're out of this nightmare. Unfortunately, as a monk, I am completely useless during this phase because I have no ranged attacks. Which I'm sure I mentioned when I played this originally. Terror. Get the hell to his head. No healing. This is... She didn't hit us as hard as I thought it did. Yeah, another boss, not too bad. Basically, when I ran that the first time. We wiped pretty much at least once on every boss, because it's not... This next one especially. Alright, pants. Give me pants. Pant? Ah. Jesus, damn it. I would like pant, please. But there are some songs from 11 that still just live rent-free in my mind palace. The leveling area right outside of Bastok is the one that is always in my head. I spent so much time either leveling myself or like leveling with other people who wanted to like start, you know, leveling classes, because it was similar to this game where you could switch classes anytime you want. But the issue being that you have to... So let's say you wanted a subclass to get some of their abilities. Well, the subclass is always going to max out at half of the current max level. So, for example, if you have your... Oh, I don't feel like moving. Let's say you have Dark Knight, for example, at level 60. That means the highest that my subclass can get to is 30. It'll always be half. So you basically have to figure out what level, like, what abilities you really need from your subclass to know how high you have to level it. That means that you do have to level a completely separate class that you necessarily don't have any intention of playing, just for that move that you want for your main class, which was actually something 14 did do. There was a list of abilities. Basically, it's similar to the roll actions that we have now. You basically had to level a class to unlock certain abilities that could be used by other classes in 14. Like you wanted Stone Skin on a healer, well, you have to level White Mage. You gotta get on there so you can... So the Archangels. This is the one I kind of freaked out the most about. Because we all knew Dark Lord, you know, Shadow Lord rather, was coming. Fafnir's not that big a pull. We knew Prish was in it. The Archangels were such a fucking surprise. Immediately followed by, like after, oh my god, the Archangels, that's so amazing. Wait, how the fuck is this fight gonna work? There's 5 bosses. 14 don't do fights like this. And as you'll see, it is a fucking clusterfuck. However, notice how I am tied to this one. Each one will tie you to one of them. That's the one you want to be attacking. Basically. But you have to be watching their tells at all times from wherever you are. Oh, okay, okay. So yeah, it's every bunch a clusterfuck as you imagine it is. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Okay, good. You can interrupt these bosses for some of their things. Can be interrupted. But the knowledge that, oh, I have to hit the one that I'm specifically connected to. Okay, that makes sense. To see if I try to attack that one, he's invulnerable. I didn't really intend to do that because... well, that's fine. I was going to like hit him with something else, but then like muscle memory, I went with the fucking Masterful Blitz when I shouldn't have, because that's not going to work on him. Okay, now everything's done. Get up now. Is he... Guillotine. Hey, I remember that move. Sneak attack, guillotine. But yes, there's a lot to keep track of in this fight. Eventually they do kind of partner off, I guess. And I believe now we can basically whack anyone. Oh, interesting. I didn't even notice what was happening last time. So now we need to break the shield. A little time. And then we interrupt that motherfucker. Nope. Okay, not that way. I think these people have it right. Yep. 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 Perfect. I think we're still okay. I think it's just that first phase where you can only attack one. And I believe that's probably mostly just as some way to, like, make it so that first phase isn't quite as much a clusterfuck, where everyone's just, like, attacking randomly. But, like, no, at least have some kind of, like... oh, jeez. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Again, less predictive in this raid, much more reactive. Okay, now we are popping everything, I think. Doing okay, pretty much party-wise. One's still pretty much up. Okay, hold up. I think this is perfect. Yep. I don't think that was interrupted. It's fine. Not really doing all that much, to be honest. Fight takes like everything in this raid takes about 1,000,000% of your concentration. Well, one of them's down. And that's the other interesting thing, is that it's not what I kind of initially thought. So you walk into a fight like this and you think, oh, well, they're all just going to be one boss, right? They all have their, they're all sharing a life bar. No, they do all have their own life bars. Which, again, I think is probably why in that first phase you can't attack whoever you want. It's probably so that it splits the damage enough that the rest of the phases can kind of happen normally. Because once you survive those first two main sets of things, it's about just kind of survive and just start burning them down at that point. But oh boy. This Shadow Lord, the boss of FF14 Vanilla. Which means I'm very curious what we're going to do with the next two raids. I mean, there's plenty of expansions to pull from. I'm just curious, because some of those expansions had bosses that have already been in this game. For example, the Treasures of Art Gone. The boss of that expansion is Alexander. We've already done Alexander, so you can't do necessarily as much from Art Gone as you might want. There's still lots they can do from, like, Chains of Promethea, Rises of Art, Wings of the Goddess, certainly. That's kind of where I tapered off on 11. So I don't really know much about anything after that. Okay. So this fight is not necessarily the hardest fight, even in the raid. It's just an endurance test. The mechanics themselves are not too difficult to figure out. It's just you have to keep surviving them, and surviving them, and surviving them, and just taking those hits when you can. So it's gonna be... If there's any that you're gonna wipe on, it's usually either the Archangels or this. Because once you know what the Fafnir's tells are, it's a lot easier. You'd like knowing that the tail, it's the fire breath and the tail swipe are japes. Like once you know that, it's not too bad. So this is the main bitch of a mechanic. Okay, so he telegraphs he's going there, he's going there. So boom, run on the other side, boom, done. The trick is when he starts doing 3 of them. And when he also has duplicates of himself also doing that. Yep. Okay, yeah. Still only this, okay. There is a logic to his movements, because it is based... He has a specific animation as he's doing the slashes, and it's always going to be one of a specific set of patterns based on how he swings the sword and then swings back, basically. Here we look for whatever orb is bigger, get on that side, or opposite side, rather. This part is probably where most of our... Well, no, I wouldn't say that. This, I think, is even less likely to wipe us. It's just... It's tricky, or it can be tricky. Basically, stay away from where the spikes are pointing. Again. The next phase, where we end up having to do... when he starts making duplicates that are also going to be doing his patterns, that's when it gets a little bit tricky. Because they kind of all start at different times. Nope, guys. That's alright. That part's pretty tricky. So now is basically where is where the fun begins. But there's also some free damage time, so use it. Alright. So it's gonna be here, there, everywhere. So we're gonna go to the right after we run through them, basically. So 1, 2, then he jumps in the air and spins. So you can see, like, you can follow a pattern of movement to kind of figure out where to flow as he's moving. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to figure out this movement. And then as soon as he starts it, we are going to have to watch for whichever one is going to be doing it next. It's going to be him. So he is going to be here, then there, then here, there, and then these two are going to be doing this together. That's here, and it's here. We're good. Easy peasy. Oh jeez. Try to do some damage there. Okay, so there, okay. Yep. Perfect. That all you got? Gonna need some more over here. We are actually not doing bad right now. I mean, it's a shame I couldn't salvage that original take because, yeah, the insanity of everyone trying to figure out what's going on. That is one of those things that you do miss once the expansion's been out for a bit. Okay, yep. So we're gonna follow the circuit basically. So this is gonna take us here. This is gonna take us here. And this is gonna take us here. Oh, jeez, I fucked that up. Well, that was dumb of me. So we want to be... Notice the spike pointing in that direction. How I survived that, I don't know. Alright, we're out of this. And right now, we are not in too bad a shape, because we are sitting on a level 3 in case the healers need it. So this is going to split like the other ones do, so we gotta be careful here. See, what it's basically doing is it's trying to like confuse you by having so many tells going on at the same time that it's almost impossible to like keep track of everything. Again. Why are you doing that? Oh, because they're red mage. Okay. No, I get it. That tracks. Not entirely sure what killed me there, but I'm going to wait for a second for this to start, so I get a little bit of my iframes. 2, then 3. Let's keep our limit break just in case. This way, and then you follow in this direction. He's going there, there. Yep. So here, and then you are doing this side, and you are doing that side. Again, we got this, we got this. This ain't day 1 anymore. Woo! And there you have it. Again, a slog of a fight. But, yeah, like I said, I like the way the raids are going, and the dungeon, when, because, you know, by this point I've done that as well. The dungeon, fights in this expansion, not the expansion, but this update, 7.1. The new dungeon bosses are really, really fun. Oh, yes. This music. Good job, tanks. Everyone did a great job. All right, so I need this card. I need this card. Monk pants. Another aiming pant? Why are we getting another aiming pant? Whatever. But yeah, all the fights so far have been much more reactive than can I get nothing? Wow. Less predictive. Not like, okay, in this phase he's going to do this over there, and then do this over here, and then do this over there. Just make sure you're always in the right spot. Instead of that, what we have is... We know how the mechanics work, but we're going to have to look each time at what they're doing and what their tells are to figure out, like, which version they're doing. Or, like, with Prish. Okay, I get the idea, but I can't just see that she's doing that move and know exactly where to stand. I have to wait, watch for how many times she's going to charge up, and then I know where to stand. It's a much more active, and I think a lot more fun than a lot of people's past fights. Granted, are these some of my favorite fights? I like Archangels. I mean, they're all good. They're all very, very good. But I think like something like Zeromus is still probably my favorite fight in the game. Although it depends, because some fights it's more about like the emotional impact of the fight and the story. But as far as mechanics, I absolutely love the raid. I love the dungeon. I like the direction this is going. If this is what endgame content's going to be like for the rest of this, for up till like 7.5, and who knows, going into next expansion. Very excited. But so I now have fulfilled my obligation to show the raid in better quality, and so back to past me. This is future me signing off. That was insane. I would call this a flashbang of nostalgia. Is this all a simulation? Because again, I was thinking the whole thing with like, oh, the 11th, oh, we're going to use the key to get there to do some stuff, and that's going to be kind of how the story's going to go with future expansion. Oh, no, we're just reassembling Juno. Oh, it's the Shadow people from Ultima Thule. What are you guys doing here? That means there are other people out there who have access to artifacts that can just traverse worlds. You alright? I think. My god. She's merely sleeping. It remains to be seen if she'll give us a fight when she wakes. Ah, she stirs. The fuck am I looking at? Yeah. Not exactly how you expect to wake up. A two-headed lizard trying to take a bite out of me, huh? A scrawny thing like you would barely make a snack. Besides, we don't eat people. Prish's model looks great. They did a great job on, like, upping... Well, actually, although... Wasn't she in, Sorry, I'm a little on edge. Wasn't she also in Dissidia, I think, possibly? So they might be using... They have updated models for her already, but yeah, she looked great. Like, the outfit and everything, like, that's... The ruffles moving on there. Oh, that's cool. If you've no quarrel with us, we've none with you. We only wish to talk. Can they really be trusted? You, Catman, of a race that definitely wasn't in 11, and therefore I probably shouldn't know to trust you yet. Yeah, they cool. They started off kind of annoying, but now they cool. I should know better than to judge people based on their appearance. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I do love that, like, Juno is just a place we can just, like... I mean, I don't know how big this area is. Probably not much, no. But, cool place to take pictures, right? This is so fucking cool. Hold on. Before we do anything, I kind of want to... The city's not all what it should be. What I would give for a drink right about now. Me 1K? Can I have... Oh, God. No. No. It's the people hanging around like the auction house. No. That brings me back. Anyone looking to sell or looking to buy anything? I am patrol. Actually, I can kind of turn this now, so... Again, I just don't want, like, people, like, in the FC and everything. That party-looking, dark samurai dragon. Yeah? Yeah, okay. Ugh. Forget the fucking, like, cool, like, bosses from Final Fantasy XI we just fought, and, like, characters coming back, and the music. The people just hanging around in town looking for group, and looking for, like, handouts and, like, trades. Oh, wow, look at that. Okay, so you can... So instead of set music for each one, because usually it's, what, like 3 orchestration rolls per raid, usually? Instead, you can just get the token, and they can have a whole bunch of music. So we got the Vana'diel March, that is awesome. Awakening, Castle's Val, Fighters of the Crystal, Battle Theme. Battle in Dungeon theme, Tulia, a couple battle dungeon themes, Depths of the Soul, Shadow Lord, yeah, of course. Forgotten City. Oh, God, that's so fucking cool. Small talk? If you find any Warren music scrolls, give them here. Gabi promises to make it worth your while. Yeah, back, I think I've talked about this before while playing 14. I played 11. I typically played, I mean, they didn't have Hrothgar back then, I was a Mithra. Actually, I have another character, Kangi Hake, although in this game I separated it to Kangi as first name, Hake as last name. She was a Dark Knight thief. Because I sometimes did Dark Knight Samurai just because the Samurai's ability to, like, do chain skills with yourself was cool. But for the most part, Dark Knight Thief, you could do crazy shit like sneak attack, trick attack, guillotine, and shit like that. I mean, it has been a hot minute since I've even thought about, like, all the mechanics of that game. Like, I've talked before about how you had to go through menus to select your attacks. So basically, if you wanted to do anything in that game, you needed to do, like, you had to do macros. You made macros for all of your attacks. And you could just select your macro. And basically, the way you played that game was you got a party, you went out to a place that was good for leveling, and you just stayed there for hours leveling. That was what playing the game was. And then, you would go through the story, with a group, or you could do some of it yourself. But for the most part, if you wanted to level, to get ready for things, you just had to sit out there and just keep grinding. Just sit out in the middle of nowhere with some, a whole party. You ain't doing this solo. And yeah, like, you would have to, like, you take, like, an airship. No, you actually spend some time on the airship before it actually gets there. And you can wander the airship, you can buy some stuff. If you had to take a boat, you had to be on that boat while it traveled to that location. And sometimes you'd get attacked by pirates. So a lot of time, if you were low level, you would just hide below decks, because you're like, if anything happens up there, I don't want to be part of it. And if people were fishing on the boat, if players were fishing, you got the fuck below decks, because there is a very small, but non-0% chance they might pop a sea monk, which is a really hard boss. Not really boss, but it was a really hard monster, and if you are not a high level, it's just going to insta-wreck you. And again, you lost experience when you died. Divinity to Shade. I, Cthulhu, Divining, 5 card, other Werthers. I know Maximilian, dude, has talked about his time in 11 in the early days when there was the Beetle Pit, where, like, they didn't have max kite distances for enemies, so they would just follow you, like, forever. And so, like, people would go in there unprepared, aggro a bunch of beetles and drag them to the, like, beginning of the dungeon, so anyone walking in would immediately get aggroed by, like a dozen of these things. And then you would just have to sit there waiting for... And no one could come in to res you. So you would just have to sit there, and I mean, you could go back to like town, but you would lose more. So usually you would be waiting for someone to res you, but they would come in and immediately get aggroed and die. So you'd have to wait for like a max level person to come in and clear it out for you. There was a lot of shit going on in the early days, but yeah, no, it is. This is a trip. This is a trip down memory lane. And there's much we don't understand, but what we do understand is the battle is won, for now, at least. What would have otherwise been a struggle proved a decisive victory against the Dawn Servant's Shade and the rest of those fiends. That is to say, thank you for your help, Kilrath. Whatever, we bros now, man. We cool. Prish is almost definitely, probably certain you are standing in Juno. I mean, part of Juno. What were your names again? The internet had the hots for this guy for a long time, trust me. You're gonna like this guy. People were thirsty for Bakul Jaja. I don't know why, I don't understand it, but it was a thing. We have to accept that, and we have to move on. Kilrath and Bakul Jaja, right? I don't know where you're from, but I can tell I'd love to visit. Can't say I've ever seen anyone quite like you before. Yeah, they didn't have a Hrothgar-like race in that game. If you're done with small talk, would you mind explaining why you attacked us? What in the world are you talking about? Yeah, you had these big-ass boxing gloves? Don't play the fool with us. You were spouting nonsense about us being Taurus and nearly killed a man on your rampage. Well, I do recall fighting Taurus not long ago to protect Ulmia. Ulmia. A friend of hers, you say? That's all well and good, but she was addressing Golul Jaja's shade with that name. The incantations needed to summon it are said to be based on a much older magic, one capable of clouding people's minds. If our enemy is skilled enough to summon Golul Jaja, it stands to reason such tricks are not beyond them. Meaning young Prishir was likely tricked into believing the shade was this Ulmia person. So it was an illusion, then. It's starting to come back to me. There was someone who warned me that a dear friend needed my protection. He was blue, like your left head, and he gave me these bizarre weapons. Blue, like me? I usually fight with my fists, but didn't think twice in accepting what they gave me. I suppose their magic's to blame. In any case, I hope the real Ulmia hasn't been dragged into all this. Can you tell us anything about the one you thought was your Ulmia? Where they might be hiding, perhaps? Would that I could, but when I got here, I was all by my lonesome. Here being where, exactly? You know, right by the Shadow People. Juno. At least I think it's Juno. There was never anything like that here before. Not used to having, sleep paralysis demons around. It's mostly empty, but there are a few people lingering about. If you know where to look, maybe they can tell us something? Go with Prish and see what you can learn of this place and the whereabouts of that shade. We shall remain here and keep watch on this rift. Okay. Actually, I will be right back, chat. Un momento. Alright, we are back. Okay. Alright then, let's have a look around. Oh, and we should probably stop by Tenshodo as well. It's in the back of Neptune's Spire, across the way from the fountain. Krishna, what a surprise. Is someone going to be accompanying me, and then I'm going to be able to... actually, hold up. Are there... Yeah, there is a place. Cool. I mean, so far, like, they also... It's not like... If you didn't play 11, you wouldn't get any of this. It's... Oh, bosses. We're fighting bosses. Durgans, some dark... kind of like... The precursors of the Warriors of Darkness. And, just, hey, Monsterman. Okay, I get it. And especially because Shadowbringers already introduced us to the idea that um, every one of the reflections has different names for all the races. Like, that already is just like, okay, we already know. We get it. Again, very good writing. Discuss the shuttered windows. Adventurers gather from all corners of the world to buy and sell their spoils here. The taxes are a pain, but it's worth it for a wide selection. Just between you and me, though, I've heard you can cut a good deal with merchants peddling their wares just outside of town. Why is it closed? The auction house never closes. Maybe they're waiting for things to return back to normal around here. Whenever they reopen, I suggest you stop by. Who knows? You may get lucky and find something way below market price. Yup, you would occasionally do that. Actually, hold up. Is there more that I can talk to her about? Nah. Yeah, like, you would occasionally, especially... Like, and the person asking for 1k, you would be surprised how many generous people there are, especially if you're new to the game in 11. If you knew someone, they might just, you know, give you a whole bunch of gil to start out, because that way you can at least outfit yourself at the auction house, get, like, a decent weapon, you know. But, yeah, people are pretty generous in that game. If you're like, hey, I'm new, I got crap gear, can someone help me out? Usually people would be pretty willing to be like, especially if, you know, they're people who really work in the market. But yeah, you could occasionally get some really good stuff. And yeah, there was, of course, I mean, there's kind of taxes on stuff already, like in the auction house in this game. But yeah, the people who were crafting in that game, they are stronger people than I. Having to, like, be in the right place, at the right time, on the right day, facing the right direction, and you might get the quality of item you want. But most of the time, probably not. Like, crafting that game was dumb. Oh, good, I was hoping it to run to you, too. I won't be overly forward, but why were you speaking with that Mamul Jha earlier? More important, what was it doing here? They would never dare venture beyond the shores of Aradija, unless, my gods, has Galul Jaja laid siege to Urgan? Atragan, not Argun. I always say Argun for some reason. Is Juno next to fall? I don't know anything about sieges or invasions, but that Mamul Jha over there is a friend of mine. There ain't nothing for you to worry about. Poor man's more confused than we are about all this. Yeah, a lot of the monster designs in this game, like, for example, good old Bakul Jaja over there, yeah, they were just different monster races. You're new to Juno, aren't you? I can tell by the way you were talking in the site. Yeah, way you were taking in the sights. The city was built upon Heaven's Bridge, connecting the two great continents of Kuan and Mindartia. You'll find there's an upper and lower level, a port, and an administrative plaza, and Rulude Gardens. At least, you would have before all the ways in and out of Lower Juno appear to be blocked or cut off. The situation here is worse than I thought. But yeah, back in the day, I would be hanging around. Now, I usually started in Bastok. Bastok is my place. That's my hometown, the Great Republic of Bastok. I want them to make, like, rings, like, have, like, equipable rings of all the... Because each city had its own style of ring. The Bastok ring was cool. But, also because you could get Dark Knight fairly early. You just had to go into the sewers beneath Bastok, talk to a dude, he hands you a sword and says, kill 100 enemies with this. May not have been 100. I think it was, though. And then, doesn't matter what enemy. So you just go outside and just kill the low-level enemies until you kill enough, and then you unlock Dark Knight. You're done. Then you get yourself a scythe, and you are off to the races. Hold on. I'm assuming... No. Through this door? Oh, there is. Okay, so there's a little more. Yeah, oh, there's... Actually, no, before we do that, let's go upstairs and just see what the other... Thrifty Shade? Neptune's Spire applicants invite our branch. Please, we'll issue membership. Oh, Mithran. A Mithra! That's very much a, like, 11 Mithra hairstyle. Like, they made sure to keep them with, like, no, they don't use 14 hairstyles. They're using the hairstyles that were carried over from 11. Can't say I've seen your sort around here before. Where are you from, stranger? Gridania? Can't say I've heard of it. Most folks passing through here hail from Sandoria, Bastock, or Windurst. Sandoria, I guess the best way to describe it was, they don't really line up one-to-one, but Windurst was definitely the Gridania. Bastock... probably mostly like Ul'dah. Sandoria... Oh, Sandoria's a little like Ul'dah, too. But, yeah, they don't line up perfectly one-to-one, except Windurst, which is absolutely Gridania. Sandoria, I guess, is a little Limsa, I guess. Juneau kind of almost more, because it's kind of like the main port area. Considering the present state of Juneau, though, seems strange is becoming a common occurrence. I'd be lying if I said I'd heard of your homeland either, but that's not important right now. At times like this, we need to know who can be trusted. Discuss the barred door. What? Why is this blocked off? There's supposed to be stairs here leading to the residential area. Yep. I swear, things get stranger here by the minute. Yeah, the residential district, it wasn't quite like 14, where you actually go to the district, or you have, like, a set house. You could, like, get a room, but it would just basically be, like, an instance. You would just go to, like, the quote-unquote residential district, and you would just warp to your house, basically. So it was just an instance for you. I never really did much with, like, the housing market or anything in that. Other than just getting, like, the basic room and just... Press against it, but it refuses to budge. Won't open? I guess we won't be meeting Aldo. He's head of the Tenshodo. When the world's in danger, he's always there to lend a hand. Alright, yep, reminds me of the Scions. Scions, eh? They sound like a competent lot. Unfortunately, we're on our own here. Whatever's happening here, these people are just as bewildered as we are. We should head back and find Bakul Jaja, see if he's noticed anything. Oh, is that another door? Yeah, it's basically the kind of room I had. Just basic. I didn't really do much with it. Returned at last. With answers, I hope? Yeah, about that. Not really. Not so much. So we're truly in this Juneau, as she says. I've traveled all over Tural. I've never heard of a Juneau or Sandoria or any of these other places. What in Altana's name is Tural? I thought all you Mamulja were from Paradisia. So did, like, well, no, I'm sure this portal didn't just open. I'm sure someone opened it. Trish, you're alright. And she has you to thank, I'm sure. Bakuljadra's like, hey, I'm here too. Thanks for caring, I guess. Who are you exactly? Hey, he was the one who told me to go for you. I appreciate the concern, but I've never seen him before in my life. How could you say such a thing? I mean, you do look like the sort I might know, but I'm drawing a blank. What was the name, mister? My name is... Oh, you must be the one they found wounded in the Skydeep Sea Note. Well, we have to call you something. How about Alexal? Vagabond in Mamulja tongue. But maybe closer to adventurer in Kilrath's Eorzean. Nicely chosen, brother. Does have a rather nice ring to it. Alxal it is. So where are we exactly? Juno, or at least a close approximation. Surely you remember this place, don't you? It does feel familiar. What's so special about... Oh, wait, which one is talking? The Mighty. I assume that's the Resolve head. What's so special about this place, anyway? And where did that damn shade get off to? None of this makes any sense. My, what a vexing predicament. Are you dead? Didn't he kill you? Wait a minute. Hold on. Hey, that's the one that put me under a spell, I'm sure of it. So, the Bunewa sycophant yet lives. What are they doing here? Usually, when Zerl Jah, like, killed someone, they kind of stayed dead. He was actually fairly good at that. Then he wasn't, like, that powerful to begin with, so I mean, I'm kind of surprised he survived that. As you found me in a generous mood, I thought I might enlighten you as to the nature of this place. That is why you've come, isn't it? The young lady is correct. This is the Grand Duchy of Juno. So we really are in Juno, yet something about it seems so off. I never said this is the real one. It is an imitation. A rather convincing one, I might add, which I created based on visions of another world. You built this? That I did. While you and yours were holding the Dawn Servant's coronation, Zerl-Jah and I ventured to the gate of the Golden City. Everything was proceeding as planned. The gate's key was in our possession, the power to reshape the world within our grasp. Or so I thought. In the eyes of the resilient sun, I was but a useless tool to be cast aside. By all rights, I should have died when he struck me down, but once the chamber was empty, the gate still open, I saw my chance. Okay, so technically the key is involved. What I found when I dragged myself across the threshold was an emptiness, a space beyond time. It was there in this dark expanse I beheld another world. Okay, so the gate, that world was called Vana'diel. So the gate to the Golden City isn't just a gate to the Ninth, where Alexandria was. It's like a dimensional gate to all possible worlds, or technically all the other reflections, basically. Interesting. A load of rubbish. As if anyone would believe that everything and everyone here is little more than one of your toys. I mean, you could have done that to anyone. Alive. Okay, never mind, he is a oh, okay, Electrope, yeah. Right. He turned to stone. As I said, everything you see here is of my creation. Much like we fashioned Phantom of Galul Jaja for the Feet of Brotherhood, I was able to use your ceremonial tools to breathe life into my own visions of Vana'diel. Took me hundreds of freaking hours to get through it all. I mean, god damn it, why would you de-level every time you die? That's so stupid. It took me forever to see everything and get all this set up. Under normal circumstances, my conjurings only have strength enough for a brief clash. With that stone, however, my magic's capable of so much more. Yeah, he's using Electro. Makes sense. Isn't that what Zerl Jah used to build his... Oh, sorry, wrong head. Isn't that what Zerl Jah used to build his army? Electrope, he called it. Yep. Electrope, you say? If you know its name, then I trust you know these stones are possessed of immense power. Power enough for my creations to persist for as long as I please. The smart head is like thinking right now, he's like, what if I could use this? Fortunate then that the world between worlds was filled with structures made from electrope. More than I could ever hope for. Wait, if everything we see here, everything we believed from Vana'diel is of your making, then am I? Gods, that would mean I am as well. You? Yes, well, a trivial thread in the tapestry of my grand designs. And what a wondrous weave it will be, made entirely possible. I don't know where I got that word. Made possible by the. I saw the endless. That's why. Made possible by the endless possibilities gleaned from that walk of echoes. The memories buried here, those remnants of echoes, will shape my dreams into reality. I once believed that dream lay with the resilient sun, but that bastard is dead to me. By my hand, Tural will have the greatest ruler the world has ever known. So I was kind of right that the whole, the Vizier's going to be the real bad guy in the end. Granted, he's only kind of the bad guy of like this raid series, but still, I was kind of right. He was gonna connive his way into something. I've made an admirable start, but my work is far from finished. Very soon, I will draw upon the echoes once more to summon the greatest beings of Vana'diel, and their strength will be made one with this magnificent shade. Absolute Virtue has to be one of them. Like, that is one of the most famous things from 11. That fucking world boss. The reason and resolve which built the nation of Tulialal matched with the encompassing tyranny that commanded the Mamulja of that world. Yeah, fuck it. I won't let you sully the memories of Vana'diel. That's the spirit. My preparations will take time, of course, but when I am ready, you will be certain I will call upon you to bear witness to my greatness. Bye. See you later, fuckers. Well, that was fun. Let me see if I can find a picture of that fucker. Absolute Virtue. It was Absolute Virtue, right? Yep. Notorious Monster. Hopefully this works. Fucking, can we not make everything a WebP? It, like, doesn't open in some things. So this... Again, hopefully this opens. I don't think it's going to. Would this one work, maybe? Probably not. Okay. Oh, no, it will. Okay. No, we're good. This is Absolute Virtue. That was the world monster that very famously had that moment of what the fuck. So he's got to be in there. He has to be. Like, it wouldn't make sense not, because I mean, for Final Fantasy, for the tactics in 12, you know, they brought in what's his face, Yasmat, which is, you know, the boss that takes like hours to beat, because it has like 50 million HP. Like they knew to bring him in as a reference as a raid boss. Like they know. they know it will get a reaction. So yeah, Absolute Virtue will be in there. Guarantee it. Damn it all. Just when I thought things couldn't become more complicated. Making sense of Alexandria was trouble enough, but now we have this Vana'diel to deal with as well. I can only imagine how Prish and Alexal must be feeling. What do you do when your very existence is called into question? I mean, we've kind of already dealt with that, with the whole Alexandria and, like, the memories being kept alive, even though they're technically dead and they're really just, like, automatons with memories. Like, that whole thing. Try as I might, I can recall nothing of my past to refute Cyril Jaw's claims. Prisha, on the other hand, seems to know everything of her past and who she is, yet to be told the memories of your life are not your own. I can only imagine how she must feel. Now's not the time to be disheartened. At least, not here, anyway. I wouldn't trust anything made by Cyril Jaw to be safe for long. Or to remain functional. Let's return to Mamook, while we still can. My mother will want to know what we've seen here. Okay, so we're not really in the 11th, then. He just... So the gate to the Golden City is technically, I guess, a crossroads, so he saw the 11th. And then he's just fabricating the 11th. Is what's happening. So we're not actually traveling to the 11th. So we're not fully doing a full-blown going to another reflection yet. But if you could just build that shit, as long as you know of what one of the other reflections looks like, you can just make one. Everything's possible with Electrope. Actually, I could have just worked back, but whatever. I need a moment to collect my thoughts. So, okay, I did not see this coming. I assumed that dude was super dead. Again, Zeralja was not usually bad at killing people. He was actually quite good at it. For all the shit I'll give him for a lot of things, no, he was good at that. Especially just like, you know, that little like Vizier guy. I figured, oh yeah, no, he's a super dead. But hey, you know what? Good for you. This is not the right house. Okay, so random gave us 2 dogs in a row. I think this is the place. Ah, there you are. I thought you should be the one to explain what happened out there in Yaktel. You think I fucking know? I mean, I do, because I played the game, but, you know. Kilrath would have no fucking idea what's going on. Again, he's more of a punch first, ask questions later kind of character, as I've kind of roleplayed him. Not simply from another territory, but another world entirely? Well, that explains much of the initial confusion between us. My apologies for any trouble I may have caused, and thank you for taking me in. Different worlds, and yet we seem to have so much in common. I cannot help but wonder, what is it that links the two together? I can answer that, technically. What indeed? You mistook us for the Mamulja of your Vana'diel when we first met. May I ask what they are like? Guys, I can clear this up. Okay, so it started with these people called Askians. Well, no, technically, yeah, no, it did. It started with this asshole named Hermes, actually, who fucked everything up. And then we had to split the world into a bunch of different reflections. It was a whole thing. Don't worry, they're all dead. Nothing like you and yours. Even if they do bear a striking resemblance. There was a time when all the peoples of Vana'diel, the Mamulja included, knew peace, but a tyrant possessed of incredible power claimed rulership over the Mamulja and turned them against us. Before we realized it, we were at war. A tale similar to ours in a way. The rare few of us born with two heads grow to be immensely powerful. The power was used to justify our preeminence over all others. But that is not who we are anymore. We can be better than our forebears. We will be better. All our hard work will be for nothing if Sulilja succeeds in seizing the throne. Well, you'll not want for aid in stopping him, I promise you that. Oh-ho! Keen to lend a hand, are you? I don't need to know who I am to know the right thing to do. My blade is yours. On my honor as an adventurer of Vana'diel, we will put an end to Sulilja's schemes. If he were here, I'm sure he'd have done the same. Right then. We can worry about whether or not I'm real another day. I'm not gonna stand around and let this Sulilja piss all over the memories of my home. So you can count me in too. Don't think you can forget about us. This all started in Dawntrail, and we have a duty to keep our forest safe. Sulilja has left us without a trail to follow, but it's only a matter of time before he reveals himself to challenge Kilrath once more. My guess is in 1 or 2 more patches. If you ought to be ready, I think it prudent if the two of you learn more of our world. An excellent idea, brother. We should start with Tuliolab and see to our own preparations while we're there. If you would meet us at the dirigible landing, we will see Prish and Elxal off to Tuliolal. I'm not sure how much more story there's gonna be. I was kind of surprised we got right into the raid right away. Usually there's a little more, like, setup. Where are we? Oh, we're going straight to Tuliolal. Oh, we're waiting for them. We're not seeing them all. I mean, I guess we are. We're meeting them where they're showing up. Alright, set. Nope. Ethernet. We want dirigible landing, which is right there. Did you miss the smooth jazz? I didn't, because I've been playing more here. I've been back many times since the last stream. These balloon-powered airships really are something. I didn't expect the flight to be so smooth. So this is Tuliolal. Before I forget, I couldn't help but notice how much you seem to know about me. Is there anything else you remember? Nope. I'm afraid I don't. Well, okay. As you don't recognize me either, perhaps we weren't acquaintances after all. What I know of you is likely overheard in a tavern somewhere, patrons sharing stories of their famed exploits. I see. Well, I'll leave it at that then. Now, where to begin? Brother, would it not be wise to first apprise the Landsguard of what happened? Or would you prefer another stern lecture from the Vow of Reason? I'd sooner rip our tail. Fine. Could you keep them occupied while we see to the Landsguard? Maybe take them to eat or something. Oh, I know a place. Tacos. I know. Take them to Aunt T's to sample her tacos. Like I just said. Here, for that first meal of yours, we spoiled. And just so we're clear, we're not expecting to earn your forgiveness. No amount of good deeds will ever undo our past. There's always time to build a better future. I can't remember what voice I gave the Mystic Head. It's just my general meh kind of voice. The Chamberlain from fucking Dark Crystal. I can't remember what I gave Bakul Jaja, like the strong head. When was it like a? I can't remember. I'm going to revisit that video. When you get there, tell her we sent you. So see that you're taken. I can speak. She'll see that they're taken care of. What the fuck voice did I give him? I know I was like thinking Groose the whole time. Maybe more like this. I don't know. I can't remember. Aunt T's tacos, eh? Let me guess. They serve tacos? No, actually, spaghetti. Oh, I can hardly wait. I ate tacos all the time back home. Though I suppose it wouldn't hurt to take the more scenic route. Maybe something along the way will help jog Alexal's memory. Are they going to be accompanying us? Let me guess. Shocker. Oh yeah. You're listening to TFJS, Terrell's first jazz station. Giving you a great start to your week. What in Altana's name is that? Do you people actually ride these things? Chocobos are the only beasts I've ever been used to riding in Vana'diel. If they have any, I'd sure like to see them. Oh, we got plenty, don't worry. Those creatures remind me of the Chocobos in Vana'diel. How does that remind you of a Chocobo? How in God's name do you see that and think Chocobo? To say we adventurers found them indispensable would be no exaggeration. From shore to shore, they were our faithful companions, wheresoever the road might lead us. I mean, that's 100% true. Everybody loves chocobos. If you say you don't like chocobos, you're a liar. There's 2 other spots down there. Wait, is that... Did I not beat that person in Triple Triad yet? How? So over there and over there, we can do a roundabout this way. You know what? I'm just gonna keep the map open. Music in this game is just so fucking good. My home is surrounded by the ocean too, you know. It has the most beautiful views on a clear day. Not without the occasional monster, though. It's nice to be able to walk around like this without your guard up all the time. I cannot say why, but I remembered something looking out at the sand dunes. There was a man out in the docks who claimed he could teach me new battle arts, but we'd only agree on the condition that I retrieve for him a damselfly worm, an apron, and a magic skull. I don't suppose you've met anyone on your travels who made such queer requests. I don't remember what class that was that unlocked. Admittedly, I usually just kind of kept to the classes I played. I know, Samurai, you had to beat a tree. Dark Knight was, that's right, I already saw you. Dark Knight was the sewer sword thing. Is that up here? It's up here. Some classes were way harder than others. And that was a game where, so, the way 14 worked is it was similar to this, where you could multi-class. Well, it was similar to this in that you could change classes anytime, right? But the thing with 11 was you multi-classed. You had a primary class and a secondary class. 14 kind of had that in the beginning, even into like a Realm Reborn and like Heavensward, where you could get certain abilities, like your roll actions. You'd have your primary class actions, and the roll actions were actually tied to other classes that you had to level. So, like, let's say you wanted Stone Skin as a healer. Like, let's say you're a scholar and you want Stone Skin, you would first have to level Conjurer / White Mage up to a certain level to get Stone Skin. Then you could pop back to Scholar and use Stone Skin. They got rid of that, fortunately, and just made them roll actions for the entire... Because really, they kind of realized, well, everyone's obviously going to use them. They're always going to level whatever other class you need for your, secondary abilities. So I like this a lot more. But yeah, so for example, if you wanted to get, like, Trick Attack, and you wanted at least to get Trick Attack for Dark Knight, you would have to level Thief high enough to get Trick Attack, except you would have to technically double it, because your secondary class would always be half the level that, half the max level you leveled it to. So, like, if you needed level 20 to get a certain move, you would have to make sure you leveled that class to 40, so that when you made it your secondary class and it dropped by half, you would still be at the 20 you needed. So, there was a lot of what I would call unnecessary grindiness to 11 like that. Because yeah, if you wanted everything out of your secondary class, you had to level it twice as much as you would normally think you would need to. But anyway, enough bitching about 11. Again, I do have a lot of nostalgia for it, because I had a lot of fun playing with other people in 11, and I loved the setting. It's just... That game, like, challenged you to like it. Like, it fought against you the whole way. But there is part of me that still misses certain things about it. Not everything. I still like the area around Bastock, like the first area you level in around there. I still have that music stuck in my head every once in a while. Like, I can still hear it. Oh, so these are the markets of Tulialal. There are so many stands. I wouldn't know where to begin. It's enough to make my head spin. Some fruit would sure hit the spot right about now. No, Prish, remember, you're about to eat tacos. I happened to spy a few goblins on the way to the market. I remember them living in the major cities of Vana'diel as well. Of course, there was no shortage of the unscrupulous sort living in the wilds as well. They would gather in droves and give chase to adventurers, forcing anyone and everyone to retreat back to the safety of town. Yeah, pretty much in all the, in 11 as well, the goblins were, like, one of the few, like, beast races that were pretty much always like, nah, you'll see, no, they're civilized too, they'll hang around cities and be fine. The gobbies are always your friends. This is the place, right? I can smell the savory meats already. Oh, you must be Aunt T. Bakul Jaja recommended we sample your tacos, so we'll have 3 of your finest, please. 3? I could have, like, 3 to 5 on my own. If we talking tacos, you don't have just one. Bakul Jaja sent you, did he? Take a seat. I'll be right over with a tray of our world-famous fare. So, in Rhode Island, the Rhode Island the Rhode Island hot dog is the hot wiener. It's got a meat sauce, got some onions, got some celery salt, and they're not really thick, so, like, that's the right expression. That's basically the expression I have with one of the big, like, chains around here is New York System, which is weird that it's a Rhode Island staple, yet the place that sells them is called New York System. But, like, yeah, you don't have just, like, 1 or 2. You get, like, 5. Because they're not super thick, so you can have a whole bunch of them. But they are the best hot dog. Tacos at long last. Oh, I've waited for this moment. See, that looks like a soft taco, which I will admit, as much as I like hard tacos too, soft tacos are my preferred. I thought nothing could match the rich flavor of tacos from back home, but the spicy seasoning of this meat is something else. Eat as many as you'd like. Yeah, it's on him, so yeah. We have his credit card. We're going. Frisch has taken the lead, but we won't be outdone, surely. I made sure to get some tacos to decorate my room back at the FC Hall. It's sitting next to my... I think I showed off my room, didn't I? But yeah, it's sitting next to my triple triad table. Whew. I couldn't eat another bite. Thanks for treating us. Well, I didn't. Nicole Jaja did, but, you know. It's almost like a taste of home. Tavnazia. Yeah. Get tongue-tied. Seeing as we will still have a little extra time to ourselves, care to hear more about Vana'diel? Oh, yeah. 20 years ago, the land was gripped by a terrible conflict, the Crystal War, they called it. And it wasn't long before my home, Tavnazia, was drawn into the struggle. During their assault on the peninsula, the Beastmen launched a weapon so powerful it sundered the land, connecting us to the mainland. Those who survived fled to Tavnazian safehold. It wasn't much, but we were able to piece together a modest living down in those caves. I'm pretty sure that was Chains of Promethea. It wasn't Artergon, I don't think. Sorry, I'm spoiling the mood, aren't I? You're an adventurer too, aren't you? Have any tales of daring that you can share? Oh, boy. Okay, well, where to start? Then again, there was a lot of, like, other plane and, like, time travel and shenanigans going on in 11 as well. So this ain't nothing they haven't heard. Wings of the Goddess had a lot of that. Traveling to other worlds and saving this one from the very embodiment of despair. Wait, really? You're not just an adventurer, you're like a goddamn living legend? Yep. Yeah, I'm kind of a big deal. Not to toot my own horn. A hero and living legend. I've punched a lot of gods in the face. What can I say? Sorry for the wait. There was much to apprise the Landsguard of, as you well know. That Salil Jah was behind the stolen relics and the sightings of Gulul Jaja was understandably difficult for them to hear. We thought we were done with that asshole. And yet there are others enticed by the rumors of a strange portal in the woods. I've heard some foolhardy treasure seekers have already gone off looking for it. Just, put some police tape around it. It's fine. A dangerous thought, knowing Salil Jah could show up at any time with more of these echoes. Which is why I'm going back to Juneau to make sure our people stay out of there. If you're going, then so are we. Beats sitting around waiting. We going back? No, we're just gonna listen to music. We didn't have jazz like this back in Vana'diel. God, those tacos are bloody brilliant. It's nothing better than good food and good company to pass the time. Yeah! Okay. A cool shot is already done. I've returned to Juneau. Excuse me. Sorry. Would that we had time to show you more of Tuliolal, but we can't afford to have anyone wandering about in Juneau. Then let us make haste, Hioktel. Oh, it's a little leafman. I didn't know. Is that from? That's probably from the Pixies. Tribe quests. I'm still going through that because I want the flying pig. Because of course I want the flying pig. Black belt lore. Come on. We want to go to Mamook, right? Yeah. So again, get ready for more Final Fantasy XIV streams until I'm done with the current content. And we'll definitely be doing Hildebrand when it's Hildebrand time. You can count on that. I'm going to assume the story, 7.1 story, will involve at least one dungeon. Oh, whoops, nope, no, hold on, no, we gotta do random. Let's do, random and see what we get. Horse. This is Shiva Horse. We gotta go all the way back. So okay, yeah, I'm curious. What's the next raid gonna be? Because when I first heard Juno, I was like, oh, okay, so is like each one gonna be one of the cities? But I'm not sure. I think we're gonna go into different batches of expansions. Because we already did, because we're hitting Shadowlord right away, so that means we're gonna do one of the other end bosses next time, probably. Or maybe the second one is when you bring in Absolute Virtue. Although, to be fair, if Salil is really looking for the absolute ultimate thing to shove into the Gul Jaja Shade, it would be that. The practically unkillable world boss. And they would have to have a mechanic where, when it's at like 10% health, it starts casting Benediction, and you have to stop it from healing itself to full. Or it always does, and that's basically phase 2. It would have to be something like that. I can only speak for myself, but the idea of running headlong through a mysterious rift to God's knows where in search of treasure seems absurd. Tiral has no shortage of legends like the City of Gold to inspire would-be treasure seekers. No risk is too great if they believe their dreams can be realized. Effort's better spent on a more honest living, I'd say. Walking the noble path like you. Walking the noble path like you, brother. In any case, whoever we find in there, we might have to get them out quickly. Noble path? I punch gods for a living. That's literally my job. As one of the Scions, we just sat there and were like, okay, where's a primal showing up? Alright, you, go punch it until it stops being a problem. It's not much, but it's honest work. I jumped through that rift. I was expecting a dungeon, or maybe a labyrinth? Not whatever all this is. It's dangerous and I need to leave? Don't make me laugh. Not long ago I heard someone crowning in the streets about how some rare stone they found. Something like that could be worth a fortune. Not going anywhere if there's riches just lying around for the taking. Yeah, it's kind of a electrope though, so it's not really worth a whole lot unless you can, like, manipulate it. I mean, I guess you could just sell it for a lot if you convince someone to. I haven't seen a city like this in Tiral before. Dangerous, you say? Perhaps I should hold off on surveying further then. Oh, what a shame. Happened upon a rather curious stone I hope to take with me, but it was stolen by some Tanawatan brute. Without knowing the value of that stone, I can't say if it's worth giving chase, but he ran off to the south if you mean to go after them. I'll be leaving now. If it's truly as dangerous as you say, I hope you'll be leaving soon as well. Oh, don't worry about me. Yeah, don't you worry about that. I'm fine. I mean, it's the Warrior of Light. If someone told him there was something super dangerous, he'd be like, I want... The Warrior of Light has, like, the Goku complex of, oh, someone's strong? I want to fight him. And I want to make sure I'm fighting them at their best. I mean, look, the Warrior of Light's been hit on the head a lot, okay? You came looking for some fancy trinkets too? Well, feast your eyes on this. It's one of them whiskey stones I hear so much about. Just a tower floating in the distance. We spoke with anyone who would listen, though a few were too stubborn to heed our warnings. block of raw electro, but how? I take it you're the one who found this? I'm sorry, but we can't let you have that stone. It's too dangerous. You expect me to just hand it over? This isn't Tulialal. You have no authority here. I found it, and I'm keeping it. This is for your own good. Put the stone down and walk away, or else. Careful, brother. Lay a hand on him, and the vow of resolve will never let us hear the end of it. We're already in her debt as it is. Fine. You've come here to make your fortune, yes? Then let me pay you for it. That would certainly save me the trouble of finding a suitable buyer, but don't expect me to let it go for cheap. We're gonna have to have an auction here. We couldn't help but overhear you're selling an artifact found in these ruins. Whatever the gentleman's willing to pay, I assure you I can pay more. Yeah, this block could turn into a fucking world boss from another game. You don't want it, trust me. Ah, great, just what we needed. What do you suppose we do now? Just hope Estinian doesn't show up, because he will absolutely outbid everyone. Because he has no idea what money's worth. Like, that would be it. Like, you'd be like, I'll pay quadruple, and Estinian's there, and... Explaining the circumstances surrounding this place would likely take more time than we can afford. Then Tataru is, like, beating him over the head with something to get him to stop. Like, hog-tying him. Ah, of course. Why not hold an auction for the stone? An auction? Well, that would certainly simplify matters. It would save you the trouble of bargaining with all interested parties separately, and the incentivizes them to pay you handsomely, lest they be outbid. Fine by me, but I'm only accepting payment in Gil. This money will be taking me overseas, or I can finally live the life I've always wanted. Tyrol's kind of like a fucking paradise. Where the fuck are you going? Want to go to fucking Garlemald, where they just had a civil war and it's always snowing? Do you want to go to Ishgard in perpetual blizzard? You want to go to Limsa and, like, deal with pirates? Do you want to go to Ul'dah and deal with a fucking bunch of mercenaries all the time? Pretty much the only place that you could probably really go is Gridania. Then you gotta deal with the fucking elemental bullshit. If I may have your opening bids. Can you handle the bidding? We don't have much experience with auctions, but we do have coin you can use. Around 1 million gil, saved up from our work with the Landsguard. Hopefully that'll be enough. On speaking with the filter, the auction will begin. You may also first speak to other... Ah, okay. Hold up. Yeah, we don't want to blow it all. Okay, what does he have on him? Foreign merchants relieved me of some stock a few months past, and it's a good thing they did. 1,500,000 gil, and I was forced to spend half of it in preparation for this expedition. Okay, so he's only sitting on, what, 75,000? Or 750,000? No time for the back and forth, this bargaining nonsense. All I need is one bid to win that stone. Fuck. So we let them bid first. It's imperative that we recover the Electrope. I wouldn't do to show your hand too early. Better to be conservative with your bids, staying just ahead of the competition. I agree with that. Okay, so we know his max bid is 750,000. Damn, I wish I had money to join in. Seems like fun. And he's got 1 million. We've 1 million all told, but I'm trusting you won't need to spend all of it. Alright, so what we do is we stay just ahead of him until we know he's out of money. Then we just see what her bid is and bid like 1 gil over. Alright. So, what's your offer? Outbid your competitors for the... Okay, yep. Okay. Right then, how much will you start with? $100,000. Is that all? Then I'll start with 400,000. She said she's not bidding until it's her winning bid, so we just gotta see what she has. 400,000. I was hoping to keep at least half my savings. But if we have to bid more... Yeah, we have to wait for her to go all in. 500,000. A bold move, but I'm willing to bet that's all you have. 560,000. That's her bid. Okay. We only have to go higher than him, then. Half my savings gone. Surely they're close to conceding, right? 600,000. I want to see if she goes in again. Is it 600,000? How is anyone meant to compete with that? Okay, so she is done. Out of the running? Good. Then I'll bid 700,000. Now I bid 75,001. Only one left now. But I don't think he'll give up without a fight. It's okay, I know how much he has. 710,000. We didn't have to do that. We could do 700,001. Shit. I've come too far to back down now. 720,000 gil. Oh no, right, he has 750,000. Right. Raising their bid by such a narrow margin? Someone's reaching their limit. 730. Yeah, sorry, Bakul Jaja, you're gonna have a quarter of your money left. Oh, he's out? Okay. Oh, he did say he spent over half, so he didn't have 750, he had less than 750. Finally, it's over. You have a knack for business dealings, Gilrath. Maybe you were a merchant in another life. Yeah, this looks to be all of it. The stone is yours. Then someone else is like, hey look, I just found this stone. Who wants to buy it? We're done, friend. Now let's have to look at the electrope. Yep, that's a stone, alright. Very, very useful shape. A box. God, this presence, it feels familiar. The Shadow Lord. There's no mistaking that deep and bitter malice. This stone must have served as the heart of the Shadow Lord's echo. Oh, we already killed it, so the guy probably could have had it. He was a being of pure hatred, responsible for bringing about the Crystal War. I was a part of the company that would eventually bring his reign of terror to an end. You helped defeat the Shadow Lord? Meaning Alxal must have been there with him. But I don't remember ever hearing about that. In any case, I will hold on to the electrope. We should hurry back and speak with the Landsguard. I'll pay 10 million! Excuse me, but you were speaking of the Shadow Lord just now. Yeah, kicked his ass. Totally didn't take several tries. It's okay. If there's more you wish to know, perhaps I can be of help. I've heard a great many tales of the fiend from the bards who frequent the taverns here in Juneau. Been waiting over yonder by the fountain for my companions to arrive, but you're welcome to speak to me until you do. A most welcome offer, though there is much to be said for a first-hand encounter with the echo in question. Perhaps we can revisit these tales another time, after we've made certain no more treasure hunters can readily gain entry. Let's put some leaves on it. No one will know it's there. Let's return to Tulialal and speak with the Landsguard. Kilrath, come and meet us at Bright Bloom Post. Is this going to be just like a lore dump of like, Oh, there you are. If you've got any questions about the place or anything else in Vana'diel, I'll be happy to answer them. Oh, yeah, okay, so this is the lore dump of, if you didn't play 11, here's all the information you need. Ah, yes, Fafnir. The great dragon that slumbers in the depths of the Boyada tree. Yes, I know. As does anyone who would venture into Zita. Stories of a great hero who did battle with the dragon, their harrowing encounter included with a strike to its heart with the fabled blade Vana'diel. If only they hadn't missed their mark. The blade is said to remain nestled in the beast's bosom even to this day. To survive such a blow and live for all these years bespeaks of a strength I struggle to imagine. And yet the tales of its might have not deterred the brave and foolhardy from venturing to the tree. Hopefully they can slay Fafnir and claim its spoils. Few have ever reached the dragon's area and lived to tell of it. That's so cool. Ah, the Archangels, yep. I've heard stories. One of the 5 warriors clad in black. If the fates are kind, I will never have poor fortune of crossing paths with them. They were not born, but forged from crystal, assuming the legends are true. The dawn goddess Altana wept 5 tears that gave birth to the 5 races: Hume, Elvan, Taru Taru, Mithra, and Galka. The Archangels are said to be the embodiment of their sins. Apathy, arrogance, cowardice, envy, rage. The darkness that lurks within us all. No one is certain why they were created. The prevailing theory is they served the guardians as served as guardians of some ancient paradise. Okay, so after every raid, so he'll be the guy you go to after every raid to get the lore dump of here. For those that didn't play 11, here was what these bosses meant to that game. Like, here's what their place in the game was. So you know the context of why we chose these and why they're so cool and important, and why anyone in your party who played 11 is freaking out in the Alliance chat. The great darkness of the Northlands, hatred made manifest. There's not a soul in all of Vana'diel who doesn't know of the Shadow Lord. His sole desire was to bring about the extinction of Altana's children, and so he rallied together the Beastmen, inciting what came to be known as the Crystal War. The Beastmen's assault was merciless, and it was not long before Bastok, Sandoria, and Windurst were brought to their knees. It was only after Archduke Kamlanot convinced them to join forces with the Grand Duchy of Juno that they gained the momentum needed to push back. United as the Alliance of Altana, they would eventually drive the Beastmen back from their lands, and soon found themselves going on the offensive in Sarkabard. The Alliance proved victorious in the end, but not without a great many sacrifices. Peace had been restored to Vana'diel for a time at least. The Shadow Lord was somehow resurrected 20 years later, but thankfully he was slain before the Beastmen could be emboldened to take up arms a second time. There's much speculation as to his origins. Most believe he was once a Galka, if you can believe it. I do, because that's the lore. He was betrayed by one of his companions, mortally wounded and left to die. A dear friend of his was said to have been cut down in the altercation. Yeah, you know, he went a little funny in the head, and he went and did a very silly thing. He succumbed to his wounds, but his rage and despair would remain, giving life to the Shadow Lord. If what you say is true, and he has returned once more, perhaps the flames of his hatred can never truly be extinguished. Nah, just some lizard dude, made a copy of him. It's fine. Tell me about yourself. Me? I'm no adventurer of any particular renown, if that's what you were expecting. Just a man who came from Bastok, looking to see more of the world. While I lack in fame, I make up for in strength of numbers. I have no shortage of friends willing to accompany in pursuit of riches, should I reach out via Link Pearl. Yep. Remember those days. The armor I wear is proof of our accomplishments, salvaged from the depths of Al-Zadal undersea ruins. That said, I treasure my time with them more than any trinket or bauble we've unearthed on our travels together. You understand, surely? I do. I 100% agree. That was my time in that game. Most of my best memories are just the people I was playing with, and just hanging out, leveling, going through it. And building characters in that world. It was really cool. What is the closest aetheryte? Closest aetheryte is that one. Over here. Hello, Balmajun. Once again, we're left with nothing but time on our hands until Cyril Jah shows himself. I suppose there's no shortage of work to be done if we ask the Landsguard. You may be better served exploring Tyrell, familiarizing yourself with the land. It wouldn't do to find yourself lost when you're needed most. An honest-to-God's adventure. What a great idea. You're coming with me, Alexal. And don't you dare say you're not interested. Any self-respecting adventurer would jump at a chance like this. I'll not deny the suggestion piques my interests. Validation at last. We warn you now, though. The wilds of Tyrell are rife with danger. It is no place for the unprepared. Prish was like punching you and kicking you in the face earlier. I think she good. She also kicked our ass a little bit in that raid. I welcome the challenge. Howdy count the number of times Vana'diel's been visited by some world-ending calamity. But no matter how dire things may have seemed, we always found a way through together. Hey, still going strong. Them servers still open. This will be no different, I'm sure of it. There's nothing we can do so long as we have each other. Nothing we can't do so long as we have each other. They really should just make 11 just 100% free to play. I'm pretty sure you still need a subscription. Or like, include a subscription to 11 with your subscription to 14. I bet a lot of people would be curious enough to try it. But obviously, like, 2 subscriptions... No, you're not doing 2 subscriptions. But, like, include it in 14, or just make it free to play, and, like, again... The interest in 14 would have a lot of people curious enough to, like, just jump in and see what it's about. A band of adventurers barely met, united in the face of great peril. It's just like old times. Our adventure is always so sentimental. Is that so terrible a thing? Hey, you know what? I still have nostalgia for a fist fight I once had at the end of the universe. Had a boxing match with my stalker at the Nexus of Realities. Ah, here he is. The moment we learn something about Cyril Jah's movements, I've asked him to contact you. Alright, so this will be quest giver for the next 2 raids. So that raid was fucking insane. I'm kind of happy I did that first, just because... Oh, this music. Da, 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 da. Alright, so now we're just waiting for the next raids. Oh. 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 Might be a hint of what, as far as what the next raid's gonna be about. Okay. 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 Yeah. Soon we will slaughter them all. Is that not so, Cyril Jah? Soon, my dawn servant, very soon. Then there shall be none to stop you from taking your rightful place on the throne. Watch him, like, kill Cyril Jah. Like, everyone he's ever worked for and tried to, like, put into power just ends up killing him in the end. How fortunate for me he lacks the wisdom of the true Dawn Servant. But he will be made fit to rule. I must choose from the echoes carefully. But if he's made fit to rule. No one heard that. No one heard me flub that line. The Shadow Lord showed promise, but Vana'diel is a land of rich history. I needn't settle for those who are but a blink of an eye in the annals of history. No. The whole world to its knees. Curiouser and curiouser. I mean, again, there's a lot to choose from. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Before I leave for the night, this was a good stream. I want to hear Juno. I want to hear our... What's up, people? And I'm pretty sure I almost at some point during the, like, many parts of Dawntrail streams, I'm sure I showed off my room. Oh, my chambers. I must have, right? Is it? I mean, I put a pumpkin, because, you know, pumpkin. Yeah, it's my room. I got my turkey leg cooking. So yeah, I got my, my triple triad table. Got my tacos. Got my desk. And, my boy. My poor boy Harshafant. That is the first of many gut punches in this game that actually kind of shocked me. I did not see that one coming, so it really hit me. I was very mad for a while after that. Yeah, got my little pipe. Got a lot of books. Got a pig. I mean, this is the most important picture here, obviously. That is spoiler for Tatara's Grand Endeavor. I'm not going to show that. So let's... we're gonna take this one away just for now. Actually, I actually really like Smile. I know some people were like, it's a little too, like, musical theater. But I actually really liked it. I thought it was nice. Oh wait, I actually have to... Because I do like musical theater, so... I'm really looking forward to seeing Wicked. Although I don't agree with them doing Wicked as 2 movies. It's not long enough that you need 2 movies. Because what that tells me is they're going to add a whole bunch of unnecessary shit to lengthen it. To make it, you know, actually make 2 movies. Because you don't need that. It means they're either going to add more music that they don't need, or they're going to add a whole bunch of scenes they don't need. But anyway. Another cluster. Oh, yeah. Who is selling stuff for the Ordell coins? Is my question. I'll have to check that out. Right. That might be someone in Solution 9. I'll check. But yeah, I am a fan of musical theater, so... Where is it gonna be? I would assume it's Raid, right? Grand, don't you know? I need this. Oh yeah, yeah. Wait, why is it not? So I want to listen to this music a little bit. Yeah, that is nostalgia right there. Why is this not automatically playing? Hold on. God damn it. Oh no, this isn't the one I want. I mean, that is a good song. This is so confusing. That's not the fucking Juno song. There we go. Now we save. Okay, so I'm just gonna switch to play all. Whatever. Anyway, so let us go quickly to Solution 9. I want to see if they're maybe the ones, because most of the raid gear and stuff is there, so I'm assuming it's going to be there. I don't think it would be in, because I didn't see any, unless the Goblin sells stuff for the coins. But I'm gonna, let's see. We want next circuit. Is it someone here, perhaps? Canadian Relic. Oh, this is the... Oh, it's true. They have, That's right, they have, Extreme Queen Eternal. Let me take a look at some of the weapons. Put your clothes on. That's nice. What's the shield? That's alright. I'm just gonna look at the ones that, like, matter to me. That's nice. Not really my style, but... That's pretty nice looking, though. Okay, what do we got for Knuckles? Do I have fucking, like, plasma guns on my arm? Okay. And I'm kind of curious about that. Okay, yeah, that's neat. It's neat. Oh, that's pretty cool. So... Concierge? No. Yeah, so who... Huh. Ordell coin. Maybe it is? Yeah, who sells this? Let me take a look. Ordell coin 14. Where to unlock echoes? Yeah, who do I go to... Oh, here we go, raid loot. Until 7.2... Yeah, it'll have drop restrictions for now. You can only pick up one piece of gear per week. Coinciding the weekly set, yep. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have fucking rolled on the pants that I didn't need. Ordell is gonna be... Oh, it is. Okay, hold on. Oh, is it Sublime Curiosities? Yep, okay. How much is required for the, augmentation? Only one? That's actually not bad. That's actually not bad at all. That's not as bad as I thought it would be. Let me see. Actually, yeah, let's see what the 730 is, the augmented version. So I technically could upgrade these slightly. Because I only need the one, right? Hold on. Before I do anything, make double sure. Surge Light Solvent is what I want. Surge Light... Oh, wait, hold up. No, I get Twine and Glaze. Oh, hold on. Oh, okay. It's more armor, so the weapons need solvent. But the armor I could get. So I could do something like... I could upgrade the jacket, for sure. What does the jacket need? Of striking, I would need Twine. You know what? I'm doing it. Yep. Oh, god damn it. Put on that. Fine. And then... there we go. Sweet. And then we go... put this on... oh wait, no. Cast Glamour. Emperor's New Fist. I really gotta fix that. Make sure my portrait is good. It is good. So I am sitting at 715. Not bad. Alright, so that's that. So that was the first of the Echoes of Vana'diel raid. So tomorrow I will be back and we will do 7.1 story, the MSQ, starting with Royal Invitation, and we'll do this for as many streams as it takes to get to the end of the current content. And then with each new update, I'll stream it, because I'm going to be playing it anyway. I may as well hit the stream button. But thanks so much for being here. That was an insane raid. Just a flashbang of nostalgia. Yeah, I should have gone for either the gloves or the hat or something else I didn't have, but whatever, it's fine. I'll definitely add that to my, I'll hopefully get the full set at some point, because that is cool gear. But anyway, that'll be it for me. Hope you had a good time. That raid is insane. I'll be fine running it multiple times just to try to get better at it, but yeah, that was some nuts. I'm curious to try Savage Cloud of Darkness. I'm not so sure, but we'll see. But anyway, I will see you all next time for some more returning at 14 again, and again, and again. Later, everybody.